Good morning, dear learners. Welcome to teaching learning session. Today we'll discuss about the model of retailing. In our previous lecture, we discussed the strategies, we discussed about the retailing. Now, today we'll discuss about the model of retailing. The retail industry, as we all know that the retail industry has undergone a significant transformation. Why this has undergone a significant transformation? Because of the change in the consumer buying behavior, right? Now the preferences, the behavior of the consumer has been changed, and because of the changes in the consumer buying behavior, the retail industry has gone a significant transformation. Customer view their purchases from high-end retailer as a reflection of their personal identity. Nowadays consumer relate their purchases with their identity, right? Now the consumer view their purchases from the high-end retailer as their personal identity. Retailer can be grouped based on the factors such as store location, operation, product and services, pricing, and the marketing strategies. So we can group the retailers on the basis of the store location, on the basis of the strategies, on the basis of the pricing, on the basis of the product and services or the operations. A retailer nowadays must aim to be dominating or position uniquely in some way if they have to succeed, right? It is very important for a retailer nowadays that they should portray, that they should aim to dominate or position uniquely if they want to succeed. Why? Because nowadays the customer relates their purchasing with their identity, right? Once the business has achieved destination retailer status, customer may become devoted to it and go out of their way to shop there because they perceive the business as unique. We often equate dominate with having a significant geographic footprint, right? So it is very important that retailer nowadays must aim to dominate or position uniquely, right? Why it is so? Because the business when achieved the required destination retailer status or retailer status, the customer may be devoted to it and go out of their way to purchase from them, right? They are, because why they want to purchase from them or to shop there? Because they consider, because they perceive the business as a unique. According to them the business is unique, and they often equate, and we often equate dominate with having a significant geographic footprint, that you should have a significant geographic footprint. Attract price conscious customers by being budget friendly and emphasizing affordability, right? People are budget friendly, so it is very important that you should attract the customer by being budget friendly and emphasize on the affordability. Appeal to the status conscious full customer by offering upscale product and the services, right? You should attract the price conscious customer by being budget friendly. Appeal to the status conscious full service customer by offering upscale product and the services. Those who associate their purchases with this status, offer them the upscale product and the services. Target customers who value convenience by offering practical shopping option such as location or extended hours. Attract customer by offering a wide variety of the product and exceptional shopping experience. So these are the ways you can attract the customer. You can attract the customer, price conscious customer, by being budget friendly. You can appeal the status conscious by offering the upscale products. You can target the customer who value conveniences by offering practical shopping options such as the local location of the uh, store. Attract customer by offering a wide variety of a product and an exceptional good shopping experience. Address customers dissatisfaction with poor retail services by providing outstanding customer services. Provide the outstanding customer services to the customers stand out from the competitor by implementing innovative and unique business strategies and identifying marketing opportunity for a new product and services, and by doing so you can place yourself uniquely. There is a theory of retailing known as the wheel of retailing theory. What is wheel of retailing theory? A well-known concept for analyzing changes in retail institution is the wheel of retailing. Right, wheel of retailing is this is a concept for analyzing the change in the retail institution. McNair first proposed this theory in 1931, and Hollander later made changes into it. McNair focused on how retailing has changed, explaining that retail business began by offering low prices, basic product characteristics, and the minimum services at the small profit. According to the McNair, that retailing has changed, right? And according to him, retail business begins by offering a low price basic product characteristics with minimum services at the small profits. Then it gradually develops into brand. It started with the budget friendly type of a business, right? And which provides a product with the basic product characteristics and the minimum services at the small profit. Then gradually it develops into brands. And brands, what the brands do? Brands that provides a broad choices of the goods, not the specific choices, the broad choices of the goods, high priced, superior services, and several other amenities at the huge profit margin. It is predicated on the idea that the consumer who are price sensitive are not store loyal, and therefore new shops will be better able to implement lower operating expenses than the existing ones, right? So every retail business start with the low cost business who earns less profit and provides the basic products and the basic services, and then it gradually develops into a brand that provides a broad choices to the customer, broad choices of goods to the customer, and they are high priced and provides the superior services and earns a huge profit, right? Why it is done? It is predicted, it is based on the prediction that the consumer who are price sensitive are not store loyal. If you are offering something at a lower cost, they will come to you. At another day, if someone is offering some product at the even at the lower cost, then they will move to that store, right? So it is predicted on the idea that that the consumers are who are price sensitive are not at all store loyal, and therefore the new shops will be better able to implement lower operating expenses than the existing ones. So they transfer from this to that. This theory suggests that the retail establishment have a cycle. As they grow, when low-end merchant improves their tactics to boost sales and profit margin, new type of low-price retail begin to emerge in the market. Right? This is the wheel of retail theory, na? Right? Wheel of retailing theory. So this theory states that retail establishment have a cycle, right? Retail establishment is a cycle as they grow. This is a cycle as they grow. When the low end merchant improves their tactics to boost the sales and earn profit or to increase the profit margin, the new type of a low or the discount retailers begins to emerge in the market. That is the previous one moves upstairs and a new one will come to take up the position of the previous retailer. So this is like a wheel. This theory suggests that the retail establishment is a like a cycle, right? They grow when low-end merchant improves their tactics to boost up their sales and to increase their profit margin. The new type of a low price or the discount retailers begin to emerge in the market. The wheel of retailing theory also states that the retail innovators frequently start out at the low cost operator with minimal profit margin requirements. Understanding that is, this theory states that the retail innovator frequently starts out at the low cost operator. They start out as a low cost operator which provides product at the low cost, that is budget friendly, the basic product, and earns less profit. So majority of the retailer starts with that, right? Low cost operator with minimal profit margin requirement, they start with it. Price increases when entrepreneurs adds high quality items, move into more expensive locations, offer credit or delivery services, and make other improvements to their facilities and the customer services over the time. They start with the low cost retailer, but then again after a certain time the price increases, and when the price increases, right, the price increases when the retailer or the entrepreneur adds high quality items. They add the high quality items, they move into more expensive location, right? They add the high quality items, move to the more expensive locations, they offer credit facilities or the delivery services, and they make improvement to their facilities and customer services over the time. The retailing wheel is brought on by the fact that as an innovators get older, they are more open to the competition from the new discounters offering lower prices. A retail innovators frequently pursue low cost vendors. See, the retailing wheel is brought on by the fact. This theory states that as innovator get older, after a certain period of time the innovator get older, they are more open to the competition. Now they are ready for the competition, right? They are more open to the competition from new discounters offering lower prices. Retail innovator frequently pose as a lower cost vendor, right? The wheel is based on the four ideas, right? What are those four ideas? Many consumers who are price conscious may sacrifice a good customer services, uh, a large assortment, and a convenient location in favor to reduce the cost. So those who are price conscious may not require the large assortment or a good services or a convenient location. They might sacrifice that. Customers who are price sensitive are often disloyal and will try to switch stores that offer new lower prices. Customers who value prestige, on the other hand, prefer to shop at the establishment that employ upscale practices. Where those customers who values their prestige or who associate their purchase with their prestige, right, with their status, right, they prefer to shop at the establishment that employ the upscale practices. The third fact is operating costs for the new institutions are often lower than the established ones. Why the operating cost is lower? Because they are offering a basic type of the product, and the cost increases when you include the high end products, right? When you move to some good places, as we discussed here, right? High quality product. When you move to the some expensive place, when a retailer offers the credit facility or the delivery facility and improvement in the facilities and customer services over the time, so operating costs for the new institutions are often lower than the established one. Retailer often move up the wheel to boost up the sale and expand their target market and enhance their reputation, right? So when you start you are at the lower position of the wheel, and then retailer often move up in the wheel to boost up the sale. They expand their target market and enhance their reputation, right? The wheel of retailing offer three fundamental strategic position: low end, medium end, and high end retailer. This is like this: the low end strategy, medium end, and the high end retailing, right? So they offer the three fundamental strategic position. The wheel of retailing offers three fundamental strategic position: low end, medium end, and the high end. Retailer who adopts medium strategy may face challenges if they are not perceived as a unique or differentiated from their competitors. This can be particularly problematic in mature format such as department store. So if you adopt a medium strategy, then you may face challenges from the competitors uh, if you are not perceived as a unique or differentiated from the competitors, because you have adopted a medium type of a strategy. If you are not perceived as a unique or differentiated from your competitors, it could be problematic, right? And especially in the mature format such as departmental store, then the competitors at the higher end and the lower end can take market share away from the middle of the road retailers, right? The competitors, that is the competitors who are at the higher end, may take the market share away, or the competitors who are at the uh, lower end can take the market share away from the middle retailers. Its merchandising strategy of offering a wide range of the mid-priced goods and services and failure to adopt the changes in the department store market is putting its survival as a retailer at the risk. Because what you have opted a strategy of offering a mid-range priced goods and the services, neither too high nor too low. This is mid-priced goods services, but failure to adopt the changes in the department store. It is very important to make the changes in the department store market. Then if you are fail to change the if you fail to make changes in the department store, it may risk your survival. According to the retailing bill, established business should proceed with cautious when introducing new services or shifting from low end to the high end approach. Price conscious customers are not often loyal. Therefore, they are more likely to switch to the companies with the lower prices, and the competitive advantage that previously drove profitability may also be eliminated by retailer at that point. So the price conscious customers will not move, right? They are not loyal. They will not come with you if you will increase the price, right? If you will proceed with the services, that is from low end to the high end strategies approaches, right? They will switch the company, right, with the lower prices. They will switch to the companies with the low prices, and the competitive advantage that previously drove profitability may also be eliminated by the retailer at that point. So that advantage, that competitive advantage that previously drove the profitability may be eliminated by the retailer. This is the wheel of retailing, right? Low end strategy, medium end strategy, and the high end strategy. Low end strategy, it is when you start your business, that is when you offer the product at the low prices, limited facility and the services, when you offer the limited services and the facilities, and the price sensitive when the consumers are price sensitive. Then when you move to the medium strategy, or when you opt the medium strategy, means you are offering the product at the moderate rate or the moderate prices. Then improved facilities, you have improved your facilities, and broader base of values and services conscious consumers. Then you want to broaden the base of values and the service conscious consumer. For them, for you want to target those consumers who value the services, right? Then high end strategy, if you opt to the high end strategy, then the high prices, you are offering your product at the high prices, excellent facilities and services, and upscale consumers, when you targeting the upscale consumers, right? This is the wheel, and this wheels goes like This goes like a wheel, right? The first phase is the entry phase. First phase, second phase, and the third phase of the wheel. The first phase is the entry. This stage demonstrates how new type of a shop enters in the market as operates the basic commodities in low status, low rent sites with minimal margins, low price, limited facilities, and the price sensitive consumer. This is the first phase of a wheel, right? The second phase is the trade up. As the shops experiences this success, they upgrade their location, increases their service offerings, and infuse ambience into their product line. Now do you now after this success, the retailer prefers to move to the upwards, right? Move upwards. This second phase is known as the trade ups, right? They how trade ups means they upgrade their location, they increase their services and offerings, and infuse the ambience and make the changes in their facilities. The third phase is the vulnerability. Low adaptability and the high cost structure characterize this phase. High cost structure, that the third phase is the high cost structure. The same pattern is followed by the new sorts of low cost, low margin retailer competitor, making existing business susceptible. So the third phase is the phase of vulnerability. That is, the low adaptability is there, and the high cost structure. That is, the low adaptability and the high cost structure characterize this phase. The same pattern is followed by the new sorts of low cost, low margin retail competitors, making existing businesses susceptible. So this wheels goes round. Next is wheel of retailing. Next is the scrambled merchandising. What is scrambled merchandising? While the wheel of retailing concentrates on the product value, ultimate price, the customer satisfaction, the scrambled merchandising entails a merchant broadening its product and services offering, that is the number of different product lines carried out. That is the wheel of retailing. The wheel of retailing concentrates on the product value, the type of the services you provide, right? The ultimate price of the product, the customer satisfaction. So they emphasized on that. The wheel of retailing concentrates on that, while the scramble merchandising entails the merchant broadening its product and the services offering, that is the number of different product line they are carrying, number of different product lines carried by the merchant. When the merchant adds the product and services that are not related to the company's core competencies, it is known as the scrambled merchandising, right? It is this scrambled merchandising is related to the broadening of the product and the services offering. And when you add the product and the services that are not related to your core competencies, then those are known as scrambled merchandising. Scrambled, right? Retailers frequently add highly profitable goods and services in an effort to boost overall sales and make them fast selling. Obviously, scrambled, right? Normally, what retailer do? They prefer to add highly profitable goods and the services in an efforts to boost up overall sales and make them fast selling. Consumer buy more on impulse, prefer to one-stop shopping, can reach numerous target audience and are less affected by seasonality and the rivalry. See, in scramble merchandising is what? In scramble merchandising is when the merchant is offering the product and services apart from the core competencies. Right now, the retailers frequently adds the highly profitable goods and the services, right? Why they adds the highly profitable goods and services in effort to boost up the overall sales and make them the fast selling. And in this, when they increase their product line, right, that is the number of different product line carried. When they increase their product line, the consumer buy more on impulse. Okay, it is available here, I might need it. Right now, I don't need it, but I might need it, and they buy more on impulse, right? Prefer one-stop shopping. I might not need it. I might need it in future. This is an impulse shopping. Prefer one-stop shopping. Yeah, I need it, and it's good if I'm getting it here. Why to move to, or why to go to any other shop, right? So they one stop shopping, they prefer one stop shopping, right? When you are suppose you want to purchase a pair of shoes, and if they are offering you socks there, then you feel like, yes, let's purchase the pair of socks from here only, rather than going to some other shop, right? So impulse, that is the impulse, the customer buy more on impulse and prefers one shop stopping, can reach numerous target audience. Now you can, by through scrambled merchandising, you can reach numerous target audience, right? Because you have a different product lines, so you can reach numerous target audience, and are less affected by the seasonality and the rivalry, because your product line is different, so you are less affected by the seasonality. Right, suppose during winters there is more demand of coolers and ACs, right? So during summers the demand goes down. So they are affected by the seasonality. But when your product line is scrambled, right, then you are less affected by the seasonality, because during summers you can sell the cooler, AC, and other thing, and during winters you can sell up the heaters or other things required, right? And the rivalry. In addition, a retailer may find it difficult to maintain and expand its customer base as its original product line lose popularity, right? In scrambled merchandising, a retailer may find it difficult to maintain and expand its customer base as its original product line, as it loses its popularity. Because of this scrambled product line, you have increased the number of the product line, and it becomes difficult for the retailer to maintain, and its expands its customer base as the original product line loses the popularity, right? Scramble merchandising leads to increased competition among the various type of retailers, and sales are spread out over more stores. Distribution costs are impacted, right? See, in scramble merchandising, this leads to increased competition among the various types of the retailer, right? Because when you are offering the number of the product, then there is an increase in the competition, and the sales are spread out over more stores. Distribution costs are impacted. Other drawback to the scramble merchandising includes the potential lack of retailer expertise in purchasing, reselling, and providing services for the unrelated items. You have kept the unrelated items, but you are not experienced, you are not expertise in purchasing, in reselling, and providing services for the unrelated items. So this is a drawback of a scrambled merchandising. The cost of wider selection and the potential damage to the retailer's reputation if scrambled merchandising is unsuccessful. So there are various drawback of this scrambled merchandising, right? Like it, because of the potential lack of the retailer expertise in purchasing, reselling, and providing services to the retailing to the unrelated items, it could create a problem for the retailer, right? You might not purchase the right product from the right person, not be able to resell that product or provide the services, required services for the items. The cost of a wider selection right? Cost of a wider selection, right? It could be more, and the potential damage to the retailer's reputation if scramble merchandising is unsuccessful. If your scramble merchandising is unsuccessful, it will bring damage to your reputation, potential damage to the repetition, right? So this in this I try to explain what is scrambled merchandising. The original merchandising mix is, that is, see, one is selling the sandals, slippers, shoes, right? And socks, shoe polish, and other things. But in scrambled merchandising mix, the retailer, that the retailer increased the product line, right? Now that retailer is selling the slippers, shoes, socks, shoe polish, and sandals. All these are related items. But again, because the product line has been increased, or they differentiated, now they are selling the gloves, even the sweaters, umbrellas, hats, scarves, belts, handbags, right? Everything is available. This is scrambled merchandising, right? I hope this is clear. What is scrambled merchandising? When you increase your product line. Stages in retail life cycle. See, every retail has a life cycle, and there are the various stages in the retail life cycle, right? So retail format goes through a series of recognizable stages known as a retail life cycle throughout its time. According to the retail life cycle theory, retail establishment go through the four distinct stage of development, that is the growth phase, sorry, introduction phase, growth phase, maturity phase, and the decline phase, like the product life cycle. So retail life cycle has four stages: introductory phase or introduction phase, growth phase, maturity phase, and the decline phase. Development stage or the introduction stage, right? So development stage is different from the introduction stage. Development stage is what stage? The new format is released to the market while it is still in the development stage, as at least one component of marketing mix is transformed in the new format. It differs from the strategies of the existing retail institutions. What is the development stage? That the new format of the product is released to the market while it is still in the development stage. New format has been released in the market, but it is still in the development stage. Right? Of the existing retail institution. Then comes the introduction stage. Introduction phase, sales and profitability are initially low but gradually rising. When you release the product, when you introduce the product in the market, right, the sales and profitability are low, but they are gradually rising. As long term success is not yet secured, cost and risk are high. In this stage, the long term success is not yet secured. The cost and the risk are high. The cost at the introduction stage is high because at this stage you advertise about your product, right? You pay certain a certain type of rebates to the customers, or you pay rebates, or you sell the product at the lesser cost, right? Because people are not aware about the product, it takes more time to convince the customer to purchase that product. It is better how that product can satisfy the need of the customer. Even then the customer don't want to purchase that product, then you have to advertise, then you have to spend on the advertisements, right? So long term success is not yet secured, right? And the cost and the risk is high. In launch stage of this cycle, there is marked shift away from the strategic combination of established retailers, right? The strategy mix of a company in this stage is significantly different from that of the traditional competitor in at least one aspect. So here, at this stage, that the strategy mix is could be different. In this case, the strategy mix could be significantly different from that of the traditional competitor, right? In at least one aspect. For the first company in the new industry, sales and earning often experience a significant increase. Long-term success is still uncertain at this point. This is possibility that the new business may not be well received by the consumer, and the early investment could result in the significant financial losses, right? So, for example, a new retail concept such as Amazon entering a new market such as India, right? So this is the introduction phase when you are entering into a new market, right? And the people are not aware about you, they may not prefer to purchase from you. This is the initial phase. Your cost is at risk, right? And the you might face competition. Your strategies might be different from the established strategies, and you might face competition from the uh, established or from the other competitors, right? So growth phase is the actually the phase of the investment, right? And stakes are at risk. There are the high risk. The cost is more because it's an investment stage. You have to invest in the market, right? The stakes are at the risk. The stakes are at the risk, right? So this stage, you are just introducing yourself in the market, and the long term success is uncertain at this point, right? There could be the possibility that the new business may not be well received by the consumers, right? Or the early investment could result in the significant financial losses. This is the growth phase. No, sorry, introduction phase. That was the introduction phase. Now the growth phase. What is the growth phase? The rapid growth in the sales and the revenue is characteristic of the growth period. That is, growth period is introduction period, then the growth period. In growth period there is a rapid increase in the sales and revenue. Sales are going up and revenues are going up. Market for existing business are expanding, while new competitors using the same retail model may enter the market. Now you are expanding your market, your sales are expanding, revenues are expanding, marketing for the existing model are expanding, and the new competitors are entering in the market using the same business model. By the end of this phase, growth has slowed and the cost have begun to rise. Both sales and profit expands quickly during the growth stage. And by the end of this stage, that is by the end of the growth phase, that growth has slowed, that it might reach a peak and has slowed. The cost have begun to rise. Now the cost has begun to rise, and both sales and profits expand quickly during the growth phase as the sales and revenue they goes up. Existing business grow geographically in growth phase, You can capture many market, right? You can expand yourself geographically. A new business of the same kind enter in the market during the when you are in the growth phase. A new same type of a business can enter in the market. Cost pressure, that is pay for the larger staff and more complicated inventory system, and other controls are required. So cost pressure is there during the growth phase, may start to have impact on the profit at the conclusion of accelerated development. Then comes the maturity stage. In growth phase, there is increase in the sales and the revenue. After that comes a maturity stage. Maturity stage of retail life cycle is characterized by the low, slow sales growth. Maturity stage is, it is characterized by the slow sales, slow sales growth, not slow sales, but slow sales growth. While overall sales may still increase, they are rising at the significant slower rate than the earlier phases. In growth phase, the sales growth is more. You were able to capture the more consumers or the geographical area, but at the maturity stage, when you have captured majority of the consumers, you reach the majority stage when you captured majority of the geographical areas or the consumers, then this sales growth slows down, because you have captured the market or the consumers. Now there are the less chances of the growth, sales growth, but sales growth could be low, but overall sales could be high. they are they are still sales, overall sales are still increasing. It may still increase. They are rising at the significant slower rate than the earlier phase, right? They are rising, that is the sales growth is rising at a significantly slower rate than the earlier phase, that is than the growth phase. To boost the purchases, it may be necessary to lower the profit margins at maturity stage, right? If you want to boost the purchases, right, it is necessary to lower down the profit margins. The maturity stage is often caused by the market saturation, because you have saturated the market, right? Or because of saturation of the market due to the multiple business. In an institutional settings, there could be the multiple business competition from the, it could be because of the multiple business in an institutional settings, or it could be because of the competition from the newer business. It could be changing in the social priorities, or it could be because of the lack of the managerial skills, right? Or when the maturity is obtained, the objective is to maintain it for as long as possible without declining, right? Maturity stage is when this stage has been attained or achieved or reached. It is important, the objective is to maintain this stage as long as possible without declining, because the fourth stage is the stage of declining. It is the decline stage, as the name indicates, decline. The final stage, there is a decline characterized by decreasing prices, profitability, and the sales volume. Even the sales volume goes down, the profitability goes down, and the prices goes down. Business may try to reposition their retail structure to avoid decline, but many do so to retain existing customer to attract a new ones. At this stage, a business may try to reposition their retail structure or to avoid decline, but many do so to retain the existing customers or to attract the new ones. During this phase, many business abandon their format and create a new format to attract the customers who were previously loyal to that type of a retailer. In certain situations, a decline may be difficult or nearly impossible to turn around. In other cases, it may be prevented or delayed by repositioning the business. Right? The life cycle concepts highlights the need for the retailer to adapt as the format evolves. The initial objective should be the growth, followed by the building of the management and operational capabilities as the business mature, and finally the flexibility at the end of the cycle. So, uh, development stages in the retail cycle. There are four stages in this cycle. A quick, I'll summarize it for you. The four stages is the uh, introduction stage, growth stage of the business, then the maturity stage of the business, and the declining stage of the business. Right? What is the growth stage of the business? Introduction stage. We start with the actually the development stage. Development, that the new format is released in the market, released to the market while still it is in the development stage. The introduction stage is this introduction stage, the sales and profitability is initially low, and the risk is high, cost is high, and the future is not secured. Right? This is the introduction phase. Then after introduction phase comes the growth phase, when the business goes up, when the sales goes up and the revenue goes up. Right? When sales growth is high and the revenue, the profit margins are high, we are earning more profit. Right? And it means during the growth phase, the retail business is acquiring more business, that is they are acquiring and retaining the customers, or expanding geographically. Then comes the maturity phase. After the growth phase comes the maturity phase. Maturity phase is, it is difficult to acquire a new business, right, or the new customer or the new geographical location, but again sales are high. Right? This maturity stage, sales are there. Right? Sales could be still high. Right? And but the sales growth is low. Right? Not able to acquire a new customer, or the geographical to expand geographically at the pace, at the same pace as you were doing it during the growth phase. It could be because of the saturation. Right? There could be various reasons for the saturation, and it is the main objective of the business is to maintain the maturity stage as long as possible before entering into the decline phase, because in decline phase, as the name indicates, the business goes down. That is, the profits, sales, or the revenues goes down. Right? At this stage, the sales volume, business, profit, prices goes down, not able to retain or acquire a new customer. The customer moves from the retail outlet to the another. You can stop this or reverse this decline stage by repositioning your business, or by changing the business model. At times it is impossible to reposition your business, but at times it is possible, and then you can start with the by repositioning your business, then you can again start from the introduction stage. Right? Now, next is the dialectic process theory. What is this dialectic process theory? According to this theory, retail establishment changes with time and take on novel forms. This theory is also called the melting point theory, dialectic process theory, or the melting point theory. It implies that the new retail format developed by incorporating the traits of a different types of a merchant. Dialectic is what? Thesis, antithesis. Right? It implies that the new retail format developed by incorporating traits of different types of the merchant. When you incorporate the traits of the different types of the merchant, the introduction of the new retail format maintain consistency with those already in use. It provides clear and logical framework for comprehending the evolution of current retail forms. The evolution of new retail establishment is comparable to the synthesis. Right? Synthesis is what? The evolution of new retail establishment. Right? Is comparable to the synthesis, which results from the fusion of thesis. Thesis is what? A notion of idea, and the antithesis, the opposite concept or the idea. right? So dialect theory states that you can develop a retail format by incorporating the traits of a different types of a merchant. That is, the evolution of a new establishment is comparable to the synthesis. Synthesis is what, which is result from the fusion of this new establishment, is comparable to the synthesis. This results from the fusion of thesis and antithesis. Thesis is what? Thesis is result, that is the notion or an idea, right? That is prevalent. Notion or idea that is prevalent, and antithesis is notion or the idea which is opposite to the opposite concept or the idea, right? One such instance is birth of a new retail format called electronic direct marketing, as a result of convergence of the traditional and the direct marketing, that is electronic direct marketing, right? This is dialectic theory. Dialectic theory is that is development of new theory, development of a new retail establishment is comparable to that of the synthesis. Synthesis is found by the fusion of thesis and antithesis. It is important to understand thesis is the idea, the prevalent idea in the market, right? Most accepted idea in the market. And antithesis is the opposite concept or the idea, that is opposite to thesis is antithesis, right? When you fuse this thesis and antithesis, a new thing come up, and that is known as the synthesis. And when you develop your business on the basis of this, that is when you incorporate many ideas of many merchant, then that is known as the dialect, right? That is example, the good example is electronic direct marketing, right? Electronic direct marketing is what, there are two types of the marketing, that is the store, traditional marketing, store based, when we go to the store and purchase the product. And next was the direct marketing. Direct marketing was the home based marketing. You might have heard about mm, uh, direct marketing is like that Amway and all those things. Now the electronic direct marketing is, now you can purchase it electronically. Electronic direct marketing, that is thesis and antithesis. Traditional market is thesis, and anti-traditional was the direct marketing, and the synthesis is electronic direct marketing. The dialectic process theory can also be demonstrated by emergence of multi-channel retail, right? Multi-channel retail, which combines physical and online retailer to offer a brick and click business model. This is a result of convergence of physical retail, which has a limited reach, and the online retail, which has a wide reach. Click and brick model. You might have heard about brick and click model or click and brick model. Brick and click model, brick means when you have a traditional shops, when you have a shop, when you have an outlet, physical outlet. And click is online, when you are present online. So dialectic theory state that it can be demonstrated by the emergence of the multi-channel retail, when you have your outlets and when you are present online. This is the dialectic process. Like there are many stores like W for women, that they have their stores as well as they are present online. If you want, you can visit their stores to purchase the product, or you can order it online, right? Theory of natural selection. Now, the next theory is theory of natural selection. The progression of retail business from traditional stores to various type of retail outlet was first examined by Dressman using the Darwin theory of natural selection. It suggests the natural selection also occurs in the retail industry. Adapting to the changes in the environment is crucial for the survival of the retail format. It is very important that as the society is changing, right, it is very important to adapt the changes. adapt the changes according to adapt to the changes in the environment and change yourself according to the changes. That is crucial for the survival of the retail format, right? Specialty retail format for specific product category such as baby clothing and toy store have decreased as a discount store and category killer gained more market share. See, the specialty retail format for specific product categories such as the baby clothing and the toy store have have decreased as discount stores and category killer gained more market share. Traditional food retailer in India are facing competition from the fast growing food chain as the lifestyle changes. Traditional bookstores are facing competition from the online books sellers, right? The retailing industry is always changing as a result of these changes in demand. Further development will further integrate the retail value chain. Retailer want to be charge of the supply chain, which is nothing but the backward integration. What is backward integration? That is the retailer of clothing like Pantaloon and Cutons have established their own production facilities or have signed exclusive agreement with the suppliers. Manufacturer and supplier, on the other hand, desires direct consumer contact in order to strengthen their brands and boost profitability. So, retailer, that is there should be an integrity in the value retail chain, right? Now the retailer want to be the charge of the supply chain, right? Supply chain means like Pantaloon and Cuton. What do they do? They either manufacture their own product or they sign the agreements, exclusive agreements with the supplier, right? Right? So manufacturer and supplier on the other hand, right? So they do this. This is called the forward integration. Arvind Mills and the Mudra courts have instance established their own retail chain and the brand in general. We can state the business that provide the most value to have best perspective of serving in the retail industry. Now, on the basis of ownership, we can divide the retail industry. We can define the retail business. The retail industry has developed a wide variety of ownerships agreement over the time, right? Depending on how well the approach is implemented, the following structure is most widely accepted based on the ownership. We can divide the retail shop as the ownership or a single shop or an independent structure. Independent store take an advantage of a niche market of the customer and treat them with the friendliness and the informality. That is the Kiryana store of your mm, colony, right? That is an independent store shop, single store ownership. There could be only one owner, right? Single store ownership is there, right? This independent store take advantage of the niche market of the customer because and treat them with the friendliness and informality because the owner and you know each other, so they take advantage of the niche market and they treat the customers with friendliness and the informality. It is crucial to communicate by words of mouth, right? Words of mouth plays an important role. He has opened that a store in our colony. He's providing the best services. He's offering this product. I shopped from him. You just go and if you want, you can shop from that. These merchants should not try this service. An excessive number of consumers are engaged in price competition. Right? They don't want to engage in the price competition and they don't try to serve the excessive number. Then the corporate chain stores. Chain stores profit from a well-known brands like Tanishq, like Pantaloons, like Reliance. There is an economics of scales, right? And opportunity for mass advertising, because they are from they have the money, right? And they can achieve the economies of scales, right? And they should uphold their reputation everywhere they do business and be willing to adjust as the market requires. So corporate chain stores are those chain stores that profit from the well-known brands, right? Franchising. Due to the franchisee investment, the encouragement of the franchisee to become the owner operator, franchisor have a wide variety of the geographical reach. They should become the hindered in the policy disagreement with franchisee and impose disproportionate royalty payment. What is the franchising? You have developed a model, now you want to sell that model, and the people gives you the royalty to own the model or to use that model. That is known as the franchising. We will continue with this in our next lecture. Till then, namaskar.